I came to UCSB in 1958, and that was the fourth class to be on the campus. And at that time, it was dirt roads, and Isla Vista had animals, cows, four-legged animals, cows and chickens and so forth. And the sorority houses and the fraternity houses were in Santa Barbara. UCSB was smaller than my high school, and we all bonded and became very close friends because the sorority and fraternity houses and the boarding houses were in Santa Barbara. So we had to drive back and forth from campus to Santa Barbara and got to know one another through carpooling. While we were there, there was a talent show called the Golden Gaucho, the Galloping Gaucho Reunion, GGR, and that was a big deal. And different groups put on plays and so forth. So time passes, and then we become old people and want to start getting together again. And the Riviera Reunion went from the start of UCSB, Santa Barbara State College, to 1954. So it made sense to start the next reunion, 1955 through 1965, and we chose the name Golden Gaucho Reunion because GGR was what we called the talent show when we were at school 40, 50 years ago. So that's the history of how we got started.
Goodell, 1961, majored in economics.
Erlene Elkin Goodell, graduated in 61, and then I went back to school and got another degree in 90 in religious studies. Campus has changed a lot,
Sure.
but we live in Santa Barbara, so we come out, we kind of have seen the changes. But we come out to see what friend might appear this year.
After 50 years, looking to see what friends look like and how we recognize them.
If we do.
I'm Lori Anderson. I'm class of 1960. I came out here just shortly after, maybe a year and a half after the school moved out here from the Riviera campus. And it's kind of fun walking around the campus to identify the old buildings because I lived in Santa Rosa Hall, which was the only permanent residence hall at the time. And I'm still finding the old barracks buildings tucked away and kind of camouflaged here and there, but we had classes in some of the two-story ones, and the one-story ones were residence halls and so forth. And even our dining commons was an old barracks that I guess from the military, it was the mess hall from the military days. So even the head of that had been in the military herself, and we used to accuse her of shooting birds down on the slough to serve us for dinner because he had these scrawny chickens all the time. It's interesting. I guess my major was home economics, and I never did actually work in the field. The jobs were a little slim, and at the time I didn't really want to teach. I ended up then going to graduate school at SC and actually teaching elementary school. So I don't know, it's just a fond spot in my heart here. I love Santa Barbara. I love the community and so forth. So.
Hi, I'm Margie Schuster-Rosshold, and I graduated in 1960, so I'm here for my 50th anniversary reunion. And well, there's so many wonderful memories of Santa Barbara and UC. It was a very tiny campus. I think we only had a couple thousand students at the time, mostly education students. That was kind of what girls did then, except for a few who were artists, famous artists. So you want to talk about the lagoon?
I just remember. My name is Julita Jones. I graduated in 1961.
Remember everybody and see somebody.
I remember we called it Slough U because of the slough out there. And I was an art major, and I'm an artist now.
Well, I think I have a very soft spot in my heart for Santa Barbara. You see Santa Barbara, it means everything. And I think the studying and the good times at all, I believe I became a much stronger person because I went to school here, and also my sorority experience really helped me with leadership skills.
And well, as an art major, it made up my mind for me that I wanted to be an artist, and so it definitely contributed to the way I think about art and the way I practice my art.
Bruce of course, being the treasurer, knew that we never had any money in our fraternity, ever. But we invited the Thetas, who at that time were the most bitchin' house on campus. And so what happened was, after we invited them, we decided we only had about $25 or $30. And we promised them a wonderful night.
Right.
So the president of the house, a fellow by the name of Dick Lorden, and I went down. They had a market here, and we bought horse meat. And we had it cut up into beautiful steaks. And then we got some really cheap Dago wine, and we marinated those steaks for 48 hours. And we went out to I forget the name of the place, but it was way out in the boondocks where nobody could see us because we weren't supposed to drink or have those kind of things. And everybody was having a great time, and everybody was just happy. And I got a little impixelated, and I told everybody about the horse meat, and all of the girls felt badly, and they never talked to us again for about, 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, more like 2 years.
But we had a great time. I mean,